Good afternoon and welcome to Newswatch. I'm Rebecca Yount. Today we'll take a look at the Set Apart Retreat, new courses coming to the university next semester, and the 2025 Highbridge Film Festival. We'll also have your local sports and weather updates. Over spring break, Asbury students, faculty, and staff traveled to Hampton, Tennessee for a Set Apart retreat in the mountains. I had a chance to interview some of those involved. Let's take a look. Every semester, Asbury offers students, faculty, and staff opportunities to experience a set-apart retreat away from the busyness of campus life. Over this past spring break, a group traveled to Hampton, Tennessee for a 3-day trip. Each day followed the uniform of devotionals, meals, and activities.
So Tennessee is a little bit different than other activities. So we went on a train ride through the mountain, which was really fun. We also did rappelling, we did a rock climbing wall, we did a game called Bazooka Ball. So a lot of activities that, again, just reiterate trust and have opportunities for students to practice trust. And then we implement that and connect the dots to like, okay, how do we trust God?
Banter explained that 3 main components pour into making these trips special, saying that they intentionally include faculty and staff, student leaders, and that prior and during the trip, each and every participant is prayed for by name by a prayer team of over 150 people.
The reason why I wanted to be a student leader on Set Apart was, one, because I really enjoyed my experience on Set Apart as just a student. Coming back as a student leader, it's that same experience, but then you're also getting to pour into like other students that are there for the first time.
It definitely grows you closer to all sorts of people, and here I got to know people on a so much of a deeper level. It's hard to come back from Set Apart and not have had some sort of encounter with God.
We want the scripture to impact, and the gospel of Jesus Christ to impact their everyday, ordinary life for the rest of their life. So it's not just, yay, we had a great 3 days, but you're able to now live this out every single day of your life.
This year, due to the Family Price Foundation donorship, there are a total of 6 trips, including 1 for online Asbury undergrads. The next trip will take place at the closing of this semester in May. In Wilmore, I am Rebecca Yount, and this is Newswatch. Asbury University has begun registration for next semester and is introducing new courses this fall, offering students a variety of options to expand their education. Ella Kays has more.
This fall, Asbury University is introducing a brand new sustainable biology course designed to teach students how biological systems intersect with environmental sustainability.
There's a lot of interest, I think, in the young generation in how to live sustainably, how to grow their own food, healthy, nutritious food, and just kind of, leave the earth a better place than when we came.
With a growing emphasis in environmental care, this class is perfect for students looking to gain skills and learn how to sustainably live.
I want students to really get some practical knowledge and skills that they could use in life and in the way they live, maybe in some mission work, some agricultural missions, but in general, just I want the class to have real practical, real life applications.
In addition to sustainable biology, Asbury is offering a voice fundamentals class, aiming to help students improve their vocal technique and foundational music skills.
I thought this class may be a way for people who think they like to sing but don't really want to jump into choir yet, for them to be able to work up their skills so that they feel more comfortable jumping into the choral setting. There's up to 12 people, 12 spots, and we'll be talking about breathing techniques, vocal anatomy, vocal vocabulary, practice techniques, and that kind of stuff.
With these new courses, Asbury is providing students with the chance to explore scientific topics and improve their musical abilities. In Wilmore, Ella Kays, Newswatch.
Asbury is hosting a tree planting ceremony today. Reporter Katie Barker is there to give us more. Katie?
Thanks, Becca. Today, I'm here at Asbury's tree planting ceremony, where volunteers will plant 4,000 trees here behind the baseball and shot put facilities. This initiative is led by Dr. Bruce Brannon, a chemistry professor here, along with 2 alumni who are scientists at the University of Kentucky. This day-long event is open to students, faculty, and the community, where they can plant trees of various species, all native to Kentucky. This event is supported by Green Forest Works and the Laudate Si Commission of the Catholic Diocese of Lexington. This event started at 9 this morning with a worship service, and at 9:30, trees started to be planted and will continue until 3 this afternoon. That's all I have for you. Back to you, Becca.
Thanks, Katie. This year, Asbury is hosting their 21st annual Highbridge Film Festival. Highbridge allows Asbury media communication students to share their films with the community and be recognized for their work. The festival also allows local high school students to showcase their films. The festival will be held on April 12th at 7 in the evening. Tickets are available at the cafeteria kiosk here at Asbury or online at highbridgefilmfestival.com. There will also be a live stream for those who can't attend in person. As always, it's a busy week for Asbury sports. Ella Kays is here to give us more. Ella, over to you.
Thanks, Becca. This past week, Asbury men's swimming placed 14th in the NCAA Division III Championship prelims, and freshman Ethan Bono became Asbury's first student athlete in school history to compete at the NCAA national level, earning 2 NCAA All-American honors in the 100 fly and the 100 free. Last weekend, the men's track team placed 2nd out of 6 teams, and the women placed 2nd out of 4 teams in the Georgia Southern Invitational. This Saturday, both teams will travel to Berea to compete in the Landon Bond Classic. This past week, men's tennis took home 3 straight wins, and both the men and the women are gearing up for a match against LaGrange College on Saturday. Asbury softball took home 2 wins against Berea College last night, winning 8-2 and 10-0. The team is set to travel to Agnes Scott College to play a doubleheader tomorrow. Asbury's baseball team is prepping to travel to Demorest, Georgia this Saturday to compete against Piedmont University in a weekend series. That's all the sports updates I have for you today. Back to you.
Thanks, Ella. Asbury Newswatch forecaster JP Pantoja has the latest in this week's weather. JP?
Thanks, Becca. Looks like we've got a rainy week ahead with showers and storms throughout. Starting today, we'll see isolated thunderstorms throughout the day with a high of 61. Tonight, we'll have a high of 34 with cloudy skies and showers throughout the night. Friday brings warmer temperatures, but we'll have scattered thunderstorms with a high of 75 and low of 48. Saturday will be mostly the same, a high of 74 and low of 54. Sunday will bring a 60% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 75 and low of 60. Starting Monday, temperatures will go down with scattered showers and a high of 60 and low of 48. On Tuesday, we'll finally see no rain with partly cloudy skies. Unfortunately, we'll have a high of 57 and low of 37. That's all the weather updates I have. Back to you, Becca.
Thanks, JP. Americans are anticipating higher inflation, and some businesses are scaling back on hiring. There is currently uncertainty around prices and job growth. Karen Kiafa is in Washington with what consumers need to know about the economical road ahead.
Consumers expect inflation to move higher again, according to the Conference Board's latest Consumer Confidence Index, which just dipped to its lowest level in more than 4 years. Meanwhile, a survey by Duke University and the Federal Reserve Banks of Richmond and Atlanta found 1 in 4 U.S. businesses scaling down hiring plans because of the turmoil around President Donald Trump's tariff wars. Now, stagflation worries have become part of the economic chat.
High inflation and high unemployment go hand in hand during stagflation.
David Halliday, Associate Professor of Strategic Management and Public Policy at the George Washington University School of Business, says stagflation would put the Federal Reserve in tricky territory. Lowering interest rates to spark the economy could further drive inflation, but higher interest rates.
If they raise interest rates, they risk putting the brakes on the economy, making sure that the economy is very slow to recover.
The current uncertainty around prices and hiring ramping up recession talk, a scenario where the economy shrinks for a prolonged period of time.
Businesses aren't producing as much, they're not investing, so they're not buying from each other, and consumers aren't buying their products in the end. Most concerning, as always, is the increase in unemployment.
For right now, financial experts advise households to find some peace of mind by taking control where possible, like how much goes into emergency savings and how much gets spent on major purchases.
Another close encounter with a Florida black bear as the state continues to discuss the possibility of a bear hunt. On Monday, a bear sat in the tree near a middle school in Seminole County before it finally returned to the nearby woods. Troy Campbell was there when the bear finally came down.
They were super excited. They was excited. They didn't even know that Wrigley was up there.
Kendall Thomas Williams says she teaches at Markham Woods Middle School. She says most students were excited to see a bear up in the tree after a message was sent out by the school's principal.
I just named the bear. His name is Wrigley, and I'm super excited about it.
Okay. And then what do you think about the bear being so close?
It's a great adventure. It's an experience.
What's your reaction to the bear in the tree?
I see it all the time, or a bear, not necessarily that one. They frequent the place.
Joel Russell lives directly across the street from the school. He says bears frequent the area.
I've had 5 in the front yard at one time. And you see the traffic, that's unbelievable. That they're here quite often.
Are you frightened ever?
No.
Explain why not.
They run from me.
Also keeping a close eye on the bear all day, including when it just came down from the tree, are 2 representatives with FWC watching the bear's every move, making sure it got back into the woods safely. This is just the latest bear sighting, as the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission looks at the possibility of a bear hunt. FWC has hosted several virtual public meetings to discuss the options, with the next scheduled meeting for April 2nd. The topics of public discussion have included what time of year and how long a possible hunt could last. The last bear hunt in Florida took place in October 2015, and it ended after 2 days because the quota had been met. FWC says the purpose of the public meetings is to bring the public's feedback to the commission in May, when a decision could be made.
And I would be against. Yeah.
And you kind of said it, but explain why.
If you leave, say the bear's in the tree right now, if you leave, the bear will come down and it'll be fine. It'll go back across the road or back over into Heathrow.
Well, that's all the news we have for you today. Thank you so much for trusting us with your weekly news. We'll see you next week, Asbury.